My name is Seth K Bani, and today I'm going to show you how to design this. So guys, let's step into Photoshop and let's design today's flyer or poster. So you click on Photoshop and then you click create new, and then you put this particular dimensions over here. You're going to use 12, 9, 6 for the width, and then for the height you're going to use 17, 28. Let's set the resolution to 72 pixels per inch, RGB color 8-bit, and then color white. Click on create, and then let's go to view, let's go to new guide layout, click here and click here, set here to 2, set here to 2, and then click on the margin, set here to 1 each across, and then click on OK. Now once that is done, you're going to have something like this. Click over here and create a new layer, and then let's click on our brush. I have a particular brush I'm using. It's a powder brush. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it in the description for you to download. Once you download it, open Photoshop and then go back to the downloaded file or brush, double click on it, and then it will automatically install into Photoshop for you. Okay, so I'll open it, and then you could see, let's close this one. So you could see over here powder brush. So you open it, or you could go here as well, click over here, and then to open over here for you. Now I'm going to use the last one over here. Make sure I create a new layer over here, reduce it, and then 1, 2, 3, and then create a new layer. Now click over here again, and then let's pick this, close it, hide the one underneath it. Now also reduce this one and give it 1, 2, 3 also, and then let's see. Okay, so let's create another one again. I feel like we should create another one again, and then let's pick something like this. Okay, let's close it. Let's make sure this one is also hidden, and then this one, let's give it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome. So let's start with this one. I want you to rotate it that way. Now duplicate it, and then this one, just create it like that, push here also in there, and then create something like this. Something like that. Give it a mask, and then still using the same brush, just clean here. Now with this one, also give it a mask, and then clean here, and also clean here. Great, so we have something like this. Now let's bring this one here, and then let's drag it down. Awesome. Let's bring this one, let's see. Click here and then bring it in here like that, and then we are done with it. Let's put it in a, let's call it powder. Now let's give it a vignette. So let's go over here, let's go to solid color, and then let's choose this particular color, 19, 19, 19, it's 19, 19, 19. Click on OK. Now I want you to click over here, pick your brush, go over here and pick a soft round brush. If you can't find it, just go to general brushes and click over here on soft round brush, set the opacity to 100, and then make sure caps lock is also off. Now if you're struggling with masking, you probably should watch my videos on it. It will be in the description, or I'll leave it on top here for you to click on it. Okay, so something like this is quite great. And then let's reduce the opacity all the way to, let's say, to 40% or so. Great, now let's start with our text. And so with our text, I'll click on my text tool, and then I'll type here. I'm going to type do. Open here, set it to color white so that we can see it. Now I'm going to use Mermaid for this. Now if you don't have Mermaid font installed on your computer, I'm going to leave it in the description for you to use. So that's it. Mermaid bold. Make sure it's also caps and it's also italics over here. And then the font size, let's use 219. And then also make sure the tracking is 0. And then that is it. Let's push it this way. Now let's duplicate it and let's bring it down a little bit, like that. And then NOT, do not. Kindly make sure it's middle aligned. Alright, so duplicate it again, drag it down. I think we should put this one down a little bit and push this one down a little bit. Now with this one, let's type MISS. Open your character. We're still using made everything like this, but the font size, let's decrease it to 100, and then still make sure it is in there. Great. Now let's duplicate not and let's drag it down, and then let's type this, drag it up, make sure it's also in the middle. Great. And then the font size, let's make it more bigger. Let's make it 239. Great. Also middle. Sweet. Let's drag it down a little bit, duplicate it, and then let's bring it down again. Let's call it, or let's change the word to match. Okay, now for match, let's decrease it to 150. Awesome. And then let's drag it up like that. And so I think this is great. Let's put everything in a folder, and then let's just make it something like this. And then let's see, drag it to the middle again. Now I feel like Miss should come here a little bit more, and then this should come somewhere here, you know, and then match should come a little closer, also over here. So something like this, we can work with something like this. All right, so this is it, guys. Now the next thing is, let's give each and every single one of them a golden foil. Each and every single one of them, let's give them a golden foil. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. I know some of you want to group everything and then put it in a, you know, and give the foil to each and every single one of them. I know it could be easy that way, but it won't work because of the way we want to deal with the design. Okay, so clip, hold Alt and drag it up, clip, hold Alt and drag it up, clip. All right, so let's go to miss, the one on miss, let's drag it down. Let's go to the one on this, let's drag it here. In fact, this one, let's enlarge it, drag it here. Let's go to the one over here, let's drag it down, let's enlarge it, and then let's drag it there like that. Great. So this is it. We are done with this. Now let's give it a shadow, a drop shadow. So let's go over here. Now set it to multiply color black here, 76 here, 90 over here, and then the distance, set it to 15 here, set it to 23 over here, set it to 98. Great. Now I want us to right click it and then copy layer style. Click on this, hold control, click on mesh, click on not, click on do, right click it and then paste layer style. So it's in there now. This is great. Let's close each and every single one of it. Nice. Now let's bring our pictures in here. And so for the pictures, I wish I will bring, where's miss, this one and this one, sorry, miss here, and then the golden, drag it under over here. Sweet. And then click over here and click over here. Let's put it in a group. Let's call it BG. Okay, now let's click over here and then let's click over here. Let's put it in a group. Let's call it photos. All right, great. Open it and then click over here on the gold over here, and then let's simply go and then pick this, drag it in there, and then let's see how it's going to be. Now here we are simply experimenting to see how nice it will be. So guys, feel free and then just experiment and see how you'll come out with a nice cool design. Let's also go, let's pick this one, let's drag it down here, and then let's resize it, flip horizontal. Great. So 3 here, let's give it a mask, let's give 2 a mask, let's give 1 also a mask. Now let's click on 1 here, make sure your brush is selected, come over here and select soft round brush, make sure caps lock is off, decrease the size, and then just mask it. And then click over here as well. Now let's mask that side. Click here as well, and then let's mask all these sides. Great. So this is cool so far. Let's put everything in a group. Let's call it, let's just call it P1. All right, now let's open it, click on 3, let's add one more image, this one, let's drag it in there, and also let's drag it underneath all of them, something like this. Yeah, sweet. Click on your move to, and then let's give it a mask. Let's clean it. All right, so do something like this. Now with this, let's duplicate it again. Okay, and then let's right click it and then create a smart object. Go to filter and then go to blur. Let's go to motion blur, and then you could see that, excuse me, let's see. So you could see that his attire is moving this direction. So let's give it that direction, and then let's see how it looks like. Okay, now let's give it a mask, and then let's clean all these areas. Okay, let's clean all these areas. Let's bring these areas. All right, so I think we need to clean this area as well. All right, so that's it. Now let's click over here on P1, click over here, hue and saturation, and clip it to it, and move the saturation all the way down. Great. So we've achieved that. The next thing is, let's add some explosion to it, and so this one, let's drag it in there, and let's increase it like that. Great. So let's click on our brush, give it a mask, and then let's hide all this stuff. Great. Now let's click on our move to, and let's move it somewhere here. Let's increase it, and then let's rotate it a little bit. Awesome. Duplicate it, and then let's hide this one. Let's mask all these areas. Great. Now let's bring this one, and then let's move it around. Let's see which areas we could use. Now it's simple. We are using this one because of the particles that was spreading around. It gives it a very, very, very cool feel. Alright, so I think that is great. Reduce it, and then let's hide that 3, and then let's clean all these sides as well. Let's clean this one as well. Alright, so I think this is good. Now over here, let's just drag this image in there. We'll reposition it later on. Let's resize it. This is quite good. Let's give it a mask. And then let's mask this side of it. Or let's mask this side of it. This is great. Let's pick this and let's drag him down here. Let's drag match here and then go here. Let's drag it beneath this. Okay. So now this, Control T and then right click it and then flip like this. Let's make it straight. Let's move it somewhere here. Let's right click it and then flip horizontal like this. Then let's rotate it that way so that he looks down. Let's drag it in a little bit more. Now let's give him a mask, and then let's clean this side, and then let's clean it. Now let's drag the two of them on top of Miss over here. Great. And then let's go and pick this as well and drag him in there, and then resize it. Rotate it here like this. Drag it in there a little bit more. Give it a mask. Then clean this side. Then this side too. Now 1, 2, 3. Let's give them a group. Let's call it P2. P2, right? Great. Now as usual, let's also give it a hue and saturation and clip it to it and drag this all the way down here. Great. Now let's open it. You can see this one is quite deeper, this one is not deep, so this particular one, let's open it, let's give it curve. Let's drag this one here, drag this one here, then drag this one here. Awesome. In some way we have achieved it, even though this one is much deeper than this. Let's open it, let's see whether we can rectify that. I think this is quite great. We can work with this. We are clipping it to this one. So let's clip it to it. And then let's give this particular one, duplicate it. And then the one underneath it, I want to right click it and convert to smart object. Now I want you to go here to filter and go to motion blur, and then you could see, let's let it go this way, okay, because I feel like the player's hand is swinging that way, so let's drag it that way. In fact, you know what, let's delete this one, let's close this one. Let's duplicate this one, clip it back to it, over here right click it, and then let's go to convert to smart object. Alright, the one underneath it. Now let's go here to filter, let's go to blur, let's go to motion blur, and then let's set it over here, that direction. Awesome. Now let's open it and then let's drag it inside there. Okay, give it a mask, and then let's push your caps lock is off, and let's clean this side of it. Great. And then this particular one, let's clean that side. In fact, let's clean a little bit off over here. I'm trying to see how I can make it work. Okay, so I think this is great. This is great. Let's zoom in, let's see. So you can see the effect of the motion blur over here as well. Let's take a look. You can see the effect of the motion blur here too. And this is awesome. Okay, so let's close it. And then let's go over here to this, and the golden over here, let's click on it, and then let's pick 8 and drag it in there. Right click it and then flip horizontal, and we want to drag it this way. So you can see that it feels like the T is beneath or behind him, and that's the feeling we are going for, just to create that illusion or that effect. And then let's mask this side. Now let's go for the next one, which is this. Resize it. Let's give it this, and let's mask down here. Okay, so that's good. Let's bring another one in there. Let's bring this. In fact, for this one, let's drag it on top of match. Okay, so let's come back to these two. Let's put it in a folder, and then let's call it P3. Great. Let's give it a hue and saturation, clip it to it, and then drag this down. Awesome. And then this one, let's duplicate it. So go here and then clip it to it. Right click here and then convert to smart object. Open it up and drag it inside. Let's go over here to filter and then blur and then motion blur. Sweet, so the same direction. Okay, let's give it a mask, and then click on our brush. It's just our opacity is off. Let's clean this side. Now over here, let's close it, and then over here, let's make sure we position this one also nicely. So you can see it feels like this one is in front of the T. It also feels like this one is also in front of the A, and this is a good effect. Gives it a nice depth of field. Let's give it a mask. Then let's clean down here. Okay, let's bring another one. Let's bring this one. And this particular one, let's drag it beneath it. Give it a mask, and then let's clean here. Okay, so this looks good so far. Let's put it in a folder. Let's duplicate the folder as usual. This one, let's right click it and then convert to smart object. Let's open the folder. Let's drag it inside the folder, close it, click here, and then let's go here and click on hue and saturation, click and clip it to it, and then drag the saturation down here like that, and then come back, open it, and then click over here, go to select sorry, go to filter, go to blur, go to motion blur. Now we are giving it the same how do I put it, same motion blur, like the same angle. All right, and then let's zoom in and work on some of it. Let's give it a mask, and then let's clean this one over here. Let's clean that side. Let's clean this side. You also want to clean this side. Okay, clean this side. In fact, let's bring this side rather. Okay, and then this one, let's clean this side. Clean this side. So awesome. Let's put it in a group. Let's name the group P, and just like that, I think we are done with the pictures. Let's go out, and then let's see what can we do about it. This one, I'm sure to be in P2. Okay, so P2, let's look for it. This one, let's log off, increase it. Let's bring in more of it in here. Oh, so more of it in here. Great. Let's close it. Also, let's go to the background. In fact, let's close everything. Let's go to the background. Pink powder. Let's see. Oh, so this is it. Click over here on any of it over here like that. Reduce it. Now click over here, and then we are going to mask it. And so let's click there. Okay. I'm doing this because I want his head to show. But then you also want to duplicate this. Control T, resize it to make it much more smaller, and then drag it somewhere, and then there's it, right? So let's reduce it. Awesome. And so something like this is, I believe, is good. I think we should add some few particles over here. So let's close it. Let's go here. Where are the particles? This one, let's duplicate it. Alright, let's drag it on top of P2 somewhere here. Then let's see. So you want to delete the layer mask. First and foremost, I would like to click here. I like to give it a mask. Click on my brush, and then click here. Okay, so I would like to set here to color white, right? And then click on my mask. Now you can see it's invert over here. Don't worry, if yours is not shown like this, click on Ctrl and I. It will create a very nice one for you like this. Go over here and select soft brown brush, reduce it, and now set here to color white. Click over here, make sure opacity and flow are 100%, and just reveal it. Let's go in a little bit. Great. But I still feel like we can create more, so let's duplicate it. Delete this one. So let's give it a mask, and then let's reduce this one. Let's clean here. So nice. So if you can feel the particles in here as well, and then a little bit of it there. I like it. It makes it looks like there's more action going on, and through this, nice. Now let's start with our text. Let's type somewhere here, and let's type Real Madrid. We are using mermaid, we are using bold. Let's set here to 32 to width. Let's also drag it to the line over here. The tracking is 0, and then we are going to use 18, 18, 18. We don't want to use pure black for this. All right, now let's duplicate it and bring it down, and then let's type versus PSG. All right, great. Let's zoom in, and then let's bring it here. Click over here, and then let's just create something like this. All right, we are going to use the same color, 18, 18, 18, and then let's bring it closer to it. Somewhere here. Select, and then let's drag it closer to it. Now let's go, and then let's bring this also in there and drag it there like that, and then let's resize it. Let's drag it closer to it. So something like this is great. And then I'll put all these in a folder or a group, and I'll call it Real Madrid. Also, I like to drag it down to it touches the bottom part of the line over here. Then I'll zoom up, and then I'll click over here. I'll type WED, and then I'll make it quite bigger. In fact, let's set it to a definite figure. We are still using mermaid as usual. We are setting it to bold as usual. Let's set it to 105, big like that. Sweet. Let's drag it here. Make sure it touches both sides. Great. Let's open the character again. We are setting it to bold here, and then the tracking is also 0 as usual. We are setting here to 18, 18, 18 as usual, and then we're also making it italics too. And then let's duplicate it, and then let's drag it down. Now with this one, we are going to use 9, and then MERCH. But then you could see the way the 9 looks like. It doesn't really look nice, so I'm going to give it a different font, and then the font is AMI. Okay, and then let's give it a different size over here. I'm going to give it 51, and then let's push it so it touches the line. Drag it down also. Okay, duplicate it and bring it down again, and then we are going to give it 8 PM. I think that's the time for the match. Let's drag it also closer to it. Alright, so I think this is great. This is great. One more thing. Well, as usual, you know how artistic we want to be sometimes. We just want to create something out of the blue, and then click over here on shape. Great. Now click on U for this to show. Click here. Let's set it to 18, 18, 18. Let's put this and this in the folder. Let's call it date time. I feel like this looks too small, and so forget about the size. Let's just make it quite bigger, a little bit more, right? Okay, so I think this is good so far. Okay, so this is it, but I feel like this is too up, and then there's much space down here, so out, click here and click over here as well, and then try and then bring it down like that, so at least there is an equal spacing around it. Also push it somewhere here, feel me? Okay, so it touches here as well. There's a little space here, there's also a little space here. It seems equal though. I think this is quite great. Now let's close it. Click over here, go here, gradient map, click over here and select this. Now if you can't find it, if you're using Photoshop CC, click here and go to photographic toning. Okay, and then you find it, click here, click on OK, click here, set it to soft light, and then if you like, you will reduce the opacity to around 50%. If not, just leave it 100%, and then you are still cool. I still feel like it's not really showing, the vignette is not really showing, so I'll boost it up a little bit. Okay, I'll push it up a little bit. Alright, so that's it. So guys, if you love this video, please hit the bell icon and subscribe to this channel. I love you all guys. See you in the next tutorial. Peace.